Hey, what's happening, everyone? It's Brian Buster here in the Model Hut. Buster's Customs coming to you. I'm giving you a little video on some paint prep work. I haven't brought a video out in a while. I've been asked to do a video quickly on what I do to prep a car for paint. So Model Hut has a box art challenge going on. You have to replicate the box art. So this is the model that I chose. I am not a vet person whatsoever. I hate them with a passion, but I really like the box art on this car. So here's my box art challenge. We're going to give it a whack and see what we do with this thing. This old MPC had a ton of flash on it. So I spent a good portion of 2 hours just cleaning up flash and excess molding. Now the body, you can see, has already been sanded. For the most part, it's pretty well prepped. I've got liquid styrene that I just applied today. That's why it's nice and shiny here on the back, and it's white. On the front here, on the front valance, you can see I've already sanded and got all the excess off. I do that just to clean up the lines. Liquid styrene is easily made with Tamiya thinner and some evergreen styrene channel, or most people use the spare sprues from their model kits. I particularly like to use evergreen styrene because then I know I have the same consistency every time. I don't know what's been used in these sprues, where I do know what's in the evergreen styrene every single time. So tomorrow I'll do another video on sanding this back quarter and getting it prepped. This body was prepped. I pulled it out of the box. I washed the car. From that point, I've taken 800 grit sandpaper and sanded down the car and got rid of some of the flashing and the mold lines. There's hidden mold lines on these cars, and also taken down some of the rough edges on the car. A lot of the guys will miss that. Well, when you're sanding your body, they won't run some sandpaper over it, and your paint doesn't stick to it. It likes to roll off, especially on those edges. Now, the car has been washed twice. After sanding, it's been washed again, and then again I applied the liquid styrene to the back. Here's the hood for it, and you can see it has not been washed, and you can see the color difference in this is huge from washed to not washed. It's a lot of dust on there that needs to come off. Again, liquid styrene applied on the sides to give my mold lines, get them gone, get a nice smooth finish when I'm done. You can see I've got a bunch of different boards here, emery boards on my desk. These are just nail files, emery boards. This one here is 100-180 grit. When you're doing your heavier sanding, this is okay. It's a little rough, and if you go into the body with this, it's going to make some deep gouges. This one here is a 400 grit, 380 and 400 grit. A little bit easier to work with. It'll take down the plastic pretty quick. This one here is a 600 grit. I believe it's 4 and 6, and this one is the one I use the most. I bought these in a package from, I believe, Sally Beauty for 30 bucks, and I mean, I've got a ton of them on my desk. I actually have a box up here that's completely full of them. I use a lot of emery boards in my sanding. 800 grit wet dry sandpaper is what I've used to sand the body with. I've also prepped the dash for paint. Got it first sanding done on it, and opened up the hole on the passenger side that's supposed to be there. And then we started prepping our seats. Have not sanded them yet. They're getting ready to get sanded. But there's what you got for your first video out on prepping a body for paint by me for Buster's Customs. And I'm going to continue the process, and I will actually shoot a live video of me spraying this body. It won't go into primer for probably next 2 or 3 days. I still need to clean up the back there, get that all molded in, sanded down, and probably put on one more coat of filler before I finish out and get her into primer. Anyway, good luck to you guys. God bless. Happy modeling.